Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with Me, and I've got something new that I want to start on my channel. Now, in no way is this going to take place of my normal video tutorials. This is just something a little new that I'm going to toss in probably 2 or 3 times a week. We'll see how they go and see if anybody's interested, and if so, we'll throw them in there. I'm not sure if I'll do talking in all of them, and they'll be sped up just a little bit. But you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. They'll be simple, but it's going to be some tips and tricks of different things that you can do to help your crafting process. They may be as simple as how to do your tips on your glue, how to refill your glue. They may be as simple as using PVA glue, mixing up inks, for spraying your papers. It's just going to be a variety of things. It'll just be little tips and tricks. Years ago, I did some videos on Tuesday that was called Tuesday's Tips and Tricks, and they were short, but they were little videos that just give you a lot of little information about different things that you could do to help your process and your crafting. Just tips and tricks that I've learned over the last 25 years or 30 years of my crafting career. So today, and this will be, I will start speeding this up in a little bit. I'll probably put a little bit of music on it. You'll still be able to hear me if I talk a little bit or something like that. But you're going to be able to see exactly what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And I'll put some captions on the screen, that kind of thing. If I have measurements, I'll always put those on the screen. Today what we're going to do is use some 6x6 paper. And I'm going to show you how to use every piece of a 6x6 piece of paper to create some beautiful embellishments for your journals. This is a little template that I drew out on this 6x6 piece of paper. And you can screenshot it if you want. I can try to get it uploaded as a template. I'm trying to think. I think I might be able to. If I can, I'll have it over on my blog. You can check there. If it's not there, you'll know that I wasn't able to get it done. But I mean, you can see the measurements on here. So if you screenshot it, you'll be able to see all the measurements and you'll be able to see exactly what I'm doing. So this is just a little template. So we'll be using every piece, even where we cut these corners out. We're going to use those little pieces too in this. And it'll make, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll make 6 different embellishments for our journal. So one 6x6 piece of paper makes 6 different embellishments for our journal. So let's get started. Now I will talk you through a little bit of this one. What I'm going to do on this one is this is the piece of paper that I'm going to use, and I want this to be my tag. So I am going to cut my tag this way. Instead of flipping it over and cutting it like that, I'm going to cut my tag this way. But the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut your pocket down at the bottom, the pocket here. So we're going to cut this straight line here, and that's 2 inches from the bottom. Just need to cut a straight line, and I'm going to put that, let's see, I think I can put it right there, and you'll be able to see it while I cut. Now we're going to cut this little piece. It's a 1 by 2. So all you're going to do, it's already 2. You're just going to cut 1 inch off of that. Okay, that's going to be your pocket. This is going to be our little snippet. So lay those aside. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to go ahead and cut our tag. It's a 4 by 3. So we have already got 4 inches here because we cut 2 inches off. So we're going to measure this at 3. Put that there. There's our tag. Isn't that a pretty tag? Now we need to cut this little piece right here. This is a 3 by 3 square. So right here, we're going to cut a 3 by 3 square. So it's already 3 inches one way. We're just going to cut 3 inches that way. So it's a 3 by 3. Now we're going to split that in half. Like that. You're going to split it crossways so that it'll look like that. That's how I cut it. Okay, that's going to make your two little corner pockets. And then this last piece is going to make our book plate. So that is your tag, your pocket, your book plate, your two corner pieces, corner pockets, and then your little snippet. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut my tag, and then I'll show you how we're going to put all this together. So I'm going to cut that way, and then I'm just going to flip it over, cut it over here. So it'll be the same on both sides. I'm going to put that with my little snippet there. This is going to be my pocket, so I'm going to cut a little pull at the top. So just, let's see, try to get it pretty well centered. Like that. We're also going to put that piece there. So there's our pocket. The book plate will save for a minute, and this. So that is all of our pieces cut. I'm going to lay that up there out of our way. Now, on the tag, I'm going to slide these over. I'm not going to do a lot of embellishing on the tag because to me, it looks good already. But I am going to put some lace on it. Okay, there is our lace. Then I thought about putting some little mushrooms down here, right there at the bottom. So let's go ahead and do that. All of these little videos they'll be short, and I'll have my items prepared so that way that, you know, they won't take very long and be able to see exactly what I'm doing. This one, I'll probably just go ahead and talk through it since I've already talked through most of it anyway. But the other ones we won't. Now, if you want to cover the back and make it a little stronger, you can. I'm going to leave mine as is for now. If it needs to be covered when I start to put it in a journal, then I'll do it then. But right now, I think it's okay. Okay, let's try this little butterfly now. That little butterfly goes good with that flower right there. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of him. Then I think we'll use a Tim Holtz little piece here, and it just says "Be Fearless." It's one of his labels. There we go. And that's out of the Tim Holtz Small Talk. Now, I probably am not going to put a pull in this. I'm going to wait until I see what journal I'm going to put it in, and then I'll know what kind of pull I want to put on there. But you can always put your pull on there. But I think that's all I'm going to do on my little tag. So I'm going to lay that aside. Now my pocket. Okay, for my pocket, I'm going to add these little stickers, just little plants. Then I'm going to put this little piece down there. Okay. Then I'm just going to use this little piece of doily that I had laying around. It was just laying on my desk. I'm going to put it right there. Put this piece of ephemera down. Okay, then on the end right here, I think I'll tuck this little piece of vellum under there. It's got a word. Well, it's got some numbers on it. I'm just going to tuck that right there. Okay, and I think that's going to be my pocket. Then we'll do these, and these I'm going to put some trim on. And I'm going to tear this little piece of vellum, put it down. And we'll put this little butterfly. I just cut this out of the paper collection. Put this down. Right there. And I think that's going to be one little side pocket. I think I'll go with these little mushrooms. And these are just some little vellum pieces that I got out of that little vellum book that we sold last year. We don't have any more now, but I've still got a few pages in mine. And I'm just going to take a little tiny tag and put right there. I'm sorry, I have a fly in this house. I'm telling you, they'll come in regardless. Every time you open the door at this time of year, it's driving me batty. All right, there's that one. And then for our book plate, okay, I'm going to put a little bit of lace down the center of our book plate. And you can use this as a book plate, or you could use it just as a little embellishment on your page. And I'm going to put this little label on there that just says beautiful. A little tiny scrap of book page. And then a piece of our bling. And then just to add a little bit of color, I'm going to take this little piece of flower. These came in the February e-club kits. And it's a long string, but I've just got a piece that I've cut here. We're going to put that in the middle, and that is our little book plate. Then we can make our cluster. Now you can tear the edges of your little piece for your cluster if you want. I'm going to leave mine as is because it's small enough that I don't think I'll need to tear it. Okay, I'm going to grab a little piece of lace. I'm going to use that little scrap of book page. Another little piece of vellum, and I'm just going to tear this off and kind of rough it up a little bit. Okay, and then these little pieces that we cut off, we're going to use those to just tuck in. Like I'm going to tuck that one in right there on the edge. Just adding another layer is all we're doing. This one we'll tuck in on the other end probably. Let's see, where will we tuck you? Let's tuck him in right there. And then this little half moon, we're going to use it right on top of that, right there. Okay, and then I'm going to put a focal point on there, which is just going to be a little flower. And I think I'll just put a little flower for a focal point like that. And that will be my little cluster. All right, so there's my little cluster. Right, so I will show you all the pieces now. There's our little cluster. Move some of this out of my way. There is one corner pocket, and that'll go in the corner of a page. You'll be able to tuck something in there. There's another corner pocket, same thing, corner of a page, tuck something in. And I'll probably stitch down the edge of that lace, but you don't have to. And then there is our pocket for the bottom of the page, and I'm thinking I need a little bit of trim there. What do you think? A little bit of trim at the bottom. Let's do that real quick. It won't take but a minute. And then we'll put another little piece of our black trim there. And I go back and revisit some of my pieces like this, and I'll even do this again when I start to put them in a journal. Sometimes I just revisit it and see if it needs something else. Now I'm feeling like this is pretty plain on this end, so I feel like it needs some color. So let's just go with a couple of little flowers. These are just some that I've had in my stash for a long time. So we'll just go with those. And I like to put them right where your angles are coming together, right where your edges are meeting. I like to put them there. Just kind of closes off that angle. See, I have another little angle right here, so I'll put one there. Let's just put another one down here. I like threes, so we'll put another one at this little edge over here. Okay, so that is our pocket. And then there's our book plate. And then here is our tag. So that's all made from one 6x6 piece of paper. If you don't have 6x6 paper pads, which I have tons of them, but if you don't have any, you can just use a scrap and do the same thing. But it's good to do this on a 6x6 piece of paper because you're using every scrap of that paper and you're making 6 different elements. That is the first of our tiny tips and tricks. And like I said, I don't know how often these will go up. Some of them will have talking, some of them will not have talking, but you'll be able to understand everything. I'll put captions in, and I'll make sure that I show you everything that you need to see in the little snippets. And like I said, this is not going to take the place of any of my videos. This is just something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I used to do it a few years ago, and then I kind of got away from it, so I thought it was time to start it back up. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to take a screenshot of this, and then you can drag out those 6x6 paper pads and make some of these yourself. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Bye-bye.